30 days, that's all that remains before one of the most anticipated tour in modern pop begins. After years of relative silence on the global touring stage, Bruno Mars is preparing to launch a massive new chapter of his career with the Romantic Tour, and the excitement surrounding it has already reached extraordinary levels. In a matter of weeks, arenas and stadiums across North America and Europe will transform into stages for one of pop music's most meticulous performers. The announcement alone triggered a tidal wave of demand. Within hours of tickets going on sale, presale platforms were overwhelmed, and entire sections of stadiums disappeared almost instantly. Promoters quickly responded by adding 37 additional concert dates, expanding the already ambitious itinerary into what industry insiders now believe could become one of the biggest tour of the decade. At the center of it all stands Bruno Mars, an artist whose career has quietly evolved from radio hitmaker to one of the most respected performers in modern music. The upcoming tour is designed to support his latest project, The Romantic, an album that marks another creative turn in the singer's career. While details about the record have been closely guarded, early industry buzz suggests that the music blends classic soul influences with modern pop production, an approach that has long defined the Bruno Mars sound. For fans, the tour represents something even bigger, the return of a performer widely regarded as one of the best live entertainers in the world. Concert promoters say the response has been unprecedented. The presale period reportedly produced some of the largest first-day ticket sales seen by major promoters in recent years, prompting the rapid addition of dozens of shows across major cities. The expanded schedule now includes multiple nights in cities such as Los Angeles, London, and Paris, turning what was initially a large tour into a full-scale global event. But the story behind Bruno Mars's continued dominance goes far deeper than ticket sales. Over the past decade, the Honolulu-born singer has quietly built one of the most consistent careers in pop music. Since breaking into the mainstream in the early 2010s with hits like Just the Way You Are and Grenade, Bruno Mars has repeatedly reinvented his sound without losing the classic songwriting foundation that made him famous. His later work elevated that reputation even further. The massive success of Uptown Funk, created alongside Mark Ronson, became one of the defining pop songs of the 2010s, dominating global charts and winning multiple awards. Years later, Mars would again reshape the musical conversation with the retro soul collaboration project Silk Sonic alongside Anderson, .Paak. Their hit single Leave the Door Open captured the spirit of 1970s R&B while introducing a new generation of listeners to classic soul aesthetics. Critics often point to that ability to blend nostalgia with modern production as the key to Bruno Mars's longevity. Bruno understands pop history better than most artists of his generation, said veteran music critic Alan Light in a recent industry discussion. He doesn't just reference older sounds, he rebuilds them for a contemporary audience. That approach has made him not just a chart success but a cultural bridge between eras of American music. And yet, despite his global fame, Bruno Mars has often maintained an unusual level of privacy. Compared with many of his peers, he rarely dominates headlines with personal controversies or constant social media updates. Instead, much of his public narrative revolves around the music itself. Behind the scenes, however, his work ethic has become legendary. Producers who have worked with Bruno Mars often describe recording sessions that stretch late into the night, with the singer obsessing over small details from horn arrangements to background vocal harmonies. "Nothing leaves the studio unless Bruno believes it's perfect," said one producer who collaborated with him on previous projects. "He'll redo a single line 10 times if he thinks the emotion isn't right." That perfectionism has carried over into his live performances. In the world of touring, Bruno Mars has built a reputation as a showman in the classic sense, drawing inspiration from performers like Prince and Michael Jackson. His concerts combine live instrumentation, intricate choreography, and an energy that critics often describe as old-school entertainment with modern scale. Those influences are expected to play a major role in the Romantic Tour. According to early production leaks from stage designers, the tour will feature an elaborate stage concept built around vintage Las Vegas aesthetics, complete with live brass sections, immersive lighting design, and cinematic visuals. The show is rumored to blend intimate romantic ballads with high-energy funk sequences, mirroring the emotional range of the upcoming album. Music industry analysts say the scale of the production reflects a larger shift in Bruno Mars's career trajectory. "He's no longer just competing on the charts," said touring analyst Mark Daya. "Bruno Mars is competing in the live entertainment space with the biggest touring acts in the world. That puts him in the same arena as artists who have redefined the modern concert experience, from stadium spectacles to immersive pop productions." But beyond the business numbers lies a deeper cultural influence. Bruno Mars's music has long resonated with American audiences because it feels both nostalgic and contemporary. His songs often draw from soul, funk, R&B, and early pop traditions, genres deeply rooted in American musical history. Yet he packages those influences in ways that feel accessible to younger listeners raised on streaming platforms and short-form media. The result is music that crosses generational lines. Parents who grew up listening to classic Motown hear familiar echoes. Teenagers hear sleek pop hooks designed for modern playlists. And somewhere in the middle stands Bruno Mars, a performer capable of connecting both worlds. That ability has turned him into one of the most influential pop figures of the past 15 years. Even outside of his own music, the impact of Bruno Mars can be felt across the industry. A wave of younger artists has embraced retro-inspired production styles, horn arrangements, and live band performances, elements that Mars helped bring back into mainstream pop. Some critics even credit him with helping revive interest in funk-influenced pop during the 2010s. And now, with the romantic tour approaching, the singer appears ready to reassert his place at the center of the global music conversation. For fans who have waited years to see him back on a major tour, the timing feels perfect. The live stage has always been where Bruno Mars shines brightest. Studio recordings may introduce the songs, but the concerts transform them into shared experiences, moments where thousands of voices sing the same lyrics under stadium lights. It's a kind of connection that streaming numbers alone can't replicate. As the countdown continues toward opening night, anticipation is growing across the entertainment world. Industry insiders are watching closely to see whether the expanded schedule will lead to even more added dates, while fans continue scrambling for remaining tickets. For Bruno Mars, however, the moment represents more than just another tour cycle. It marks the return of an artist who has spent much of his career quietly perfecting the craft of performance. An artist who studies the past while shaping the sound of the present. And an artist who, after years of dominating charts and award stages, still seems driven by the same goal that first brought him into the spotlight: creating music that makes people feel something real. 30 days from now, the lights will dim, the band will strike its first note, and Bruno Mars will walk back onto the stage. For a performer whose career has been defined by unforgettable moments, the romantic tour may be the beginning of his most ambitious chapter yet. With just weeks remaining before the launch of the romantic tour, global pop icon Bruno Mars is once again capturing the attention of the music world. The highly anticipated tour marks the singer's return to large-scale global performances, and early demand has already been extraordinary. Due to overwhelming ticket sales, promoters have added dozens of additional concert dates, turning the tour into one of the biggest live music events of the year. For more than a decade, Bruno Mars has remained one of the most influential performers in modern pop. From chart-topping hits to award-winning collaborations, his ability to blend classic soul, funk, and contemporary pop has reshaped the sound of mainstream music. Now, with new music connected to the romantic era and a massive tour on the horizon, Bruno Mars is once again at the center of the global entertainment conversation. Industry insiders say the excitement surrounding Bruno Mars reflects more than just nostalgia. His reputation as one of the most electrifying live performers in music continues to attract fans across generations. The scale of this tour also signals a major moment for the concert industry, as stadium shows return to record-breaking demand. In this report, we explore the latest developments around Bruno Mars, the story behind the upcoming tour, and why this moment could define the next chapter of his career. Watch the full video for the complete story and deeper insight into the global impact of Bruno Mars.